Oh, James Comer. This is a doozy of an interview that James Comer did. And we've been following very closely. But it sort of stalled out, so we didn't talk so much about it. But now I have something that is a really embarrassing conclusion to this story. And it's Comer trying to figure out how he gets out of the fact that he's been telling the MAGA base that he has evidence and he's going to prove and he's going to send Joe Biden to jail because Biden's a big criminal. And we're going to impeach him. It's just going to be fantastic. Now, obviously, Biden's not a criminal, unlike the presumptive nominee of James Comer's party, which is why he's doing this, to try to make a false equivalency. And he's been digging and digging and digging and has found nothing. And so he doesn't even feel with his impeachment inquiry he'd be able to get the super extreme Republican majority in the House to impeach Biden, much less a conviction in the Senate, please. And so he's decided to bail on trying to get a vote on impeachment. That's how devastating the investigation was for Republicans. And so instead, something he can do that is meaningless, given that these are empty nonsense referrals, is do criminal referrals. Congress has that ability to send criminal referrals to the Department of Justice. Again, they're going to go nowhere. He already sent criminal referrals for James Biden and Hunter Biden. And then he showed up on Maria Bartiromo's show on Fox News and was trying to justify the complete and total collapse, the crumbling of this investigation, where, again, I'm going to play these clips. But I need anyone who hasn't been with us every step of the way to understand just how often Comer has showed up on Fox News hundreds of times to say that he has the smoking gun. I don't know what it is, but I have it somewhere. And it's going to be devastating for Biden. And we're going to get an impeachment. He's going to be ushered out of the White House and handcuffed for just crazy rhetoric. And now this is where it's ending. So understand how embarrassing this is. With that being said, I'm going to show you a few clips. Even Maria Bartiromo seems shocked, as someone who's been giving him this platform constantly, that he's saying the things he's saying. Because get ready for what he's about to say. Here we go.
That's fair enough, but you sent criminal referrals for Hunter Biden and James Biden over perjury, for lying to Congress. Where are the criminal referrals if that's all true? Where are the criminal referrals for FARA, for money laundering, for corruption, for influence peddling? Where are these?
Yeah. Well, we're just beginning, Maria, and a lot of those crimes that the Bidens have committed, the statute of limitations has run out.
We've been trying to think of new ways every day to ask you to subscribe. So today I'm going to show you the studio from our perspective. You got the lights there, the cameras, all the good things, the live subscribe ticker you can see there going up. Every single day, so many of you have been subscribing. It's truly, and I know this is sort of a cringy thing to say, oh, it's so humbling. Is it really? Yes. Thank you. We've been shocked and humbled every day by how many of you are choosing to subscribe. It's incredible. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button.
That was one of the complaints that the Irish whistleblower said when we had him testify in our committee. But we're going to deal with
the statute of limitations ran out in that, meaning there's this really annoying thing, okay, under the law, that if something didn't happen, then it's almost like essentially the statute of limitations starts immediately. You're immediately limited from prosecuting something if it never happened, if you don't have evidence of it. It's a really irritating thing. And that's what's going on here. They don't have any evidence of crime, so it's going to be very difficult to get anyone to prosecute Biden for this nonsense. As a reminder, one of the core parts of this narrative against President Biden came from that informant, the highly credible, confidential FBI informant who turned out to be Alexander Smirnov and was indicted for fabricating the whole thing. And he admitted that he was getting some of these fabrications from Russian intelligence. So stinks of a Russian disinformation operation. Something I am weary to say because you immediately have some people go, oh, Russia again. No. This guy is indicted for fabricating it, and again, revealed that little detail, which is fascinating. And Maria Bartiromo is asking if all of these stories are true about Biden, which they're not, but if they are, as Maria really wants to believe, why are you not doing criminal referrals even for those things, much less getting an impeachment going?
Are you saying that we could expect a criminal referral against Joe Biden for money laundering? Is that what you just said?
Well, I think that it's no secret Joe Biden's committed many crimes, and I think that you're going to see a report very soon. That report is imminent. That'll probably be an interim report that updates everyone on the crimes that Biden and his administration have committed throughout this investigation and through the years of the Obama-Biden administration.
Well, you have subpoena power. Why not subpoena these people as well? Put them in the hot seat.
Well, We've subpoenaed all the associates. The only person we haven't talked to is Joe Biden. As you know, it's hard to subpoena a sitting president, or the Democrats would have done that to Donald Trump. But I think that what we've done in all of our depositions and interviews has been very substantive, and it's going to.
That's not what that word means, sir. Maria Bartiromo, even she's not buying it, as you can tell. Okay. Well, in our 200th interview, you're willing to say that a report is coming soon. This is the Trump healthcare plan and the Trump infrastructure week all over again. I saw someone say in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, they're going to release the report that proves Biden's a criminal. And in the other clip, he said, this is just the beginning. No, sir. No, you're not allowed to say that. That is ridiculous. You can't go this long, using your investigation as justification to get all these interviews, to smear the sitting president of the United States, to divide the country, to prevent more serious governance, to distract from other more serious issues, and then get years into it and go, we're just at the beginning and a report is coming soon. No, sir. Okay. Someone needs to talk to him like he's a child. That's what we're seeing. And for him, after all this time, to so blatantly be willing to say Biden's committed so many crimes, but you're the one who said you're going to prove it. So you have to prove it, and you haven't proven it. So now your whole thing's an embarrassment. It's all coming crashing down. You also have this moment from the same interview.
Well, look, Merrick Garland's done more damage to the credibility of the Justice Cabinet than Dr. Fauci did to the credibility of public health. I don't think anyone in America believes anything that Merrick Garland's saying when he says that the Department of Justice isn't political, they're not treating Republicans differently than they're treating Democrats, and that they've done anything improper or inappropriate with respect to the Biden investigation.
Goodness gracious. I say again, you have a powerful Democratic senator being prosecuted. And that case is looking like it's going bad for Bob Menendez. And do you know what Democrats are able to say? Great. Not great that he did this stuff, sheesh, but great that he's being held accountable for it. And if he ends up being convicted, we'll accept that verdict. Because we actually believe in the rule of law. You believe in Trump. We believe in the rule of law. And sometimes that means people on our side being harmed or, again, held accountable by the justice system. Now, at a different moment, James Comer kept mispronouncing Vice President Kamala Harris's first name, as we've seen now for literally years. Republicans can't pronounce one of the most famous people's names in the entire world.
The Democrats in Washington don't like Kamala Harris at all. They would prefer Joe Biden over Kamala Harris.
Right, and that reminded me of this from Tucker Carlson's time on primetime.
Tucker, can I just say one quick thing, because this is something that will serve you and your fellow hosts on Fox. Her name is pronounced comma, like the punctuation mark la, Kamala. Okay? Seriously, I've heard every sort of bastardization. So what? That's how it is, Kamala. Okay. Well, but I think it's out of respect for somebody who's going to be on the national ticket. Pronouncing her name right is actually not. It's kind of a.
So
bare
I'm
minimum.
disrespecting her by mispronouncing her name unintentionally. So it begins. You're not allowed to criticize Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris or whatever
Kamala.
because
it's
Kamala Harris.
No, whatever.
Okay.
So, oh my gosh. No, it's not a big deal to make a mistake. I've made a mistake myself. It's that we know you're not making a mistake. You're doing it purposefully because he just said it. I know, Tucker, based on where you went to school, based on your ability to speak in other settings, you can remember pronunciation 3 seconds after it's iterated to you. So don't do the whole. Did you see what he did? He goes, "It's Kamala Harris." He goes, "Okay, I don't think it's a big deal if I accidentally mispronounce Kamala's or Kamala's name." Really, really, Tucker, you're not that dumb. Okay, you're dumb, but you're not that dumb, and we're not buying it. And by the way, this comes from the same people who, meaning MAGA. Often you'll hear them go, "It's President Trump. Call him President Trump," and get upset when people just call him Donald Trump or former President Trump. Even that's President Trump to you. They were upset in court. You might remember. Tommy Tuberville was saying that's a sign the court is rigged because they weren't calling him former President Donald Trump while he was in court, because that's not what he was. He was just a criminal defendant, and now he's just a convicted felon, and so he didn't get the respect. But the same people who get mad about that don't find it strange that, or don't find it, let's just say it, okay? Not that I'm a sensitive snowflake, but they get upset by people thinking it's slightly offensive to purposefully, not when you accidentally, but purposefully mispronounce the vice president's name. And why do they purposefully do that? If you're a longtime viewer of the show, you know I don't throw around, oh, they're doing it to evoke bigoted feelings. But would it make any sense for them to constantly, purposefully mispronounce? Imagine if instead of Joe Biden, they should always say Joe Biden, just mispronounce his name. Or Joe Biden. And no one would understand what they're doing. Why does MAGA think it's funny? Because it's a non-white sounding name. That's why. Same reason Trump goes, oh, you know, the great, gosh, now I'm blanking on his name. Limbaugh, Rush Limbaugh, there it is. The great Rush Limbaugh would say Barack Hussein Obama. Wasn't that funny? Why was it funny? Why was it funny, Donald? So it's so surface level. It is obviously that type of pandering, and it should be called out as that. But it's an easy one for them to do, because then when you correct them, they go, oh my gosh, you're just obsessed with one little mistake? Yeah, all right. Let me know what you thought of all that in the comments. And click the join button below to get access to the daily bonus show.